Foxy Moms, it's Sharon Rooney here. Thank you very much for registering for this training. As it happened, this morning I've just received an email from Jennifer, a 24-year-old hairstylist. She sold more than $22,000 worth of business services to a small list of prospects in the health industry. How did she do this? She literally followed the same exact strategies that I'm going to show you. What's even more interesting is she only followed and used just one of the core components that I'm going to discuss with you in my training. Consulting is a $100 billion industry. Yes, $100 billion industry. And according to the United States Labor Bureau, consulting is expected to grow by more than 83% by 2018. So this is an incredibly good market to go in at the moment when there's economic recession. The good news is technology has opened up opportunities for us into consulting. It is simple to start. It is relatively easier, and there are low overhead costs to start. Basically, in my business, I only have my laptop, my phone, and this video that you're watching, actually, my daughter is taking it from a Samsung Galaxy 3. It's not even the new fancy Galaxy. Nico, just say hello, please. Hello. Stop. The good news is technology has opened up opportunities for us into consulting so that you can reach a global, wider audience. The beauty of it is consulting is easy to start. It's simple. There are low overheads to start. Basically, my work, I have a laptop. I have internet access. And right now, I'm taking this video. My daughter is doing it on a Samsung Galaxy 3. It's not even the fancy new Samsung Galaxy, but it does the job. But here's the thing. Yes, the rewards in consulting, they're great, they're fantastic. But for me personally, there's much more to it. It's the flexibility that I have that has enabled me to do things and spend time with people that matter to me. The most important thing for me that I've really gained from what I do, from the consulting, is being able to spend time with family and my loved ones and my children. Just taking them to school in the morning, seeing them when they come back from school. It's awesome. It's the most amazing thing for me. Secondly, I love traveling. I love to travel. I just love talking to people, traveling to different cultures, seeing people in some amazing places. So how does this all work? In a moment, I'm going to show you a recent test that I did. First of all, I did what's called pay per click. That's PPC. Basically, I advertised on Facebook. I'm sure you've seen those suggested posts that come up on Facebook. That's what I did. I had my little advert on Facebook, and I'll show it on the screen for you in a minute. So when people got to my advert, I send them off to a little survey. Oh, there's not much space there, but I hope you get it. So I send them off to a survey. Basically, on this survey, I was just asking them some questions about the sort of things that they want to know if they want to start their own profitable, successful business. And the sort of questions I was getting was things like, how do I start? Is the income consistent? Can I build a website on my own? That sort of thing. So from that information that I got from the people, I had an offer. And this offer was selling an email training course. Okay, so let me just explain to you in detail exactly what happened there. The people got in, I advertised on Facebook. They saw my little ad. I sent them to a very simple survey. Basically, if you can do copy and paste, you'll be able to do that survey. It was just like a 5-question survey. And then from the survey, from the results I got on the survey, I then said, look, this is one of the things that I have done to make money online. And how have I done it? I've done it through email marketing. So basically, I told them about the psychological triggers that people need in order to buy from you without you actually selling to them. So that's what I did there. And this course, I sold it for about it was selling for $197. And from that course, I've managed to make more than $100,000. I was spending about $97, per, it cost me about $90 to $97 per, in expenses per person. So per person, I was making about $100. So from this, in a couple of weeks, I managed to make about 100,000. Here's how to do it. There are two things that would escalate someone's trust in you almost immediately. Two things. First, if you can find something in them. Secondly, if they can find something in you. What do I mean by that? Well, at the moment, what most people do is they advertise whatever they're advertising there. PPC, either on Facebook, Google, whatever they're trying to sell. And then from there, they go straight to the offer. They go straight to their offer. In this case, let's say they're selling red widgets. They'll basically say, look, I'm selling you the best widgets in town. Buy my widget now. That's what they do. They bypass all that. They just go straight to the offer. But there's something wrong with this method of doing things. Because what they're doing is they haven't built any relationship with the people you're trying to sell to. So the important thing about the survey here is, what the survey does is you're finding out something about the people you're trying to market to. What is it that they want? What is it actually that they want? Because what you don't want is to sell pork sandwiches to a vegetarian. That's what most people do. If you're selling red widgets, what if they want blue widgets? They don't want your red widgets, they want blue. So the whole point of the survey is to find out something about them. And then they'll also find out a little bit more about you. And then from that survey, that exact survey, you are able to determine exactly what people want. And then what you provide them here is what the people need. You are not just providing them something they haven't asked for. So because of that, that leads to incredible profits if you can manage to follow this simple formula. So why does the method that I've just shown you work? It works because people are confiding in you and you are confiding in them. Therefore, the offer that you make is related to what the people need. So that's why when you came to selling, you don't actually need to sell to them because you're providing them with something that they need. Here is the thing. If you want to start your own successful, profitable business, I'm going to do a training, an advanced training where I break these things down in more detail for you. I don't want to waste your time because I know your time is precious. And you know what? You can chill out because this training is completely free. It's absolutely free. Why? Because I love doing these videos for you. The class will probably fill up soon because it's better than most training available out there where they charge. The class will probably fill up soon because it's better than most training available out there where they charge for it. So this is what you need to do. What I will do is when the training is ready, I'm going to send you an email in a few days' time. When you receive this email, you need to register immediately if you need to go on the course. I might send you a couple of reminders to remind you when the course is ready. So thank you very much for spending the last couple of minutes with me. I hope you found my training useful. And if you want to really learn more about how you can start and build your own profitable business, then you have to go on the advanced training session. And like I've said again, this advanced session is free. There's no charge to it. Yes, there's absolutely no charge. It's so completely free. So I hope to see you on my advanced training session. Thank you. Hello there, Foxy Moms. It's Sharon Rooney here. I just thought I'd just do this quick video for you because I've been getting loads and loads of questions from you just wondering exactly who I am. I will just let you into a bit of my history. I came here in England on the 2nd of May 2001. I was coming from Zimbabwe, which is where I was born, of course. And in Zimbabwe, life was difficult. It was incredibly tough for me. I really won't bore you with all the details about what happened there, but it was incredibly difficult. So I was literally a refugee when I got here. I thought when I got here, life was going to get better. Well, in some way it did, but in other ways, it was still difficult. I had to do anything that I could put my hands to. I did cleaning work, I did care work, I worked in supermarkets, anything that I could do I did, and I had several jobs. At some point I was working 3 jobs in one day. I would come from one shift, quickly change, have a little snooze, and go for another shift. It was incredibly difficult, but even my friends, they used to laugh because they used to say I was doing bottom cleaning when I was doing the care work, looking after the elderly. But you know what? I was fine with that because there was something my late father told me. He had told me that I am not a victim of my own circumstances, but I can create my destiny. So despite all these things that was happening around me, I still had a dream in my heart that I knew one day I would make it. So what happened on the 5th of December 2005? This is the day that I say it was my day of change because I came across an opportunity on the internet to work from home. You know, stuffing envelopes, stuff like that. So what I did was I had to send a check off. It was about $100, something like £70. When I sent the check off, I discovered it was a scam. And you know, there are plenty of scams online offering you work from home opportunities. But the way I looked at it was, I got a bit curious to find out if there were any other ways I could make money on the internet. I then discovered how I could legitimately make some money online doing affiliate marketing. But boy, it wasn't a quick rich scheme, far from it. I would say for the first 2 years, from about 2005 till about 2007, I wasn't really making a profit. I was barely breaking even, so I still had my job and I was still doing the online business. But then I had sort of like a breakthrough when I discovered the way I was promoting myself and the way I was promoting my services wasn't quite right. And then I began to make a little bit of profits. Then my profits gradually increased. By 2008, I'd successfully built my business to be a 6-figure business. What happened next was quite interesting because some of my friends, they just wanted to know how they could get into business. They wanted a little bit of advice. So I started offering my friends and family some advice on how they could get into business and the stuff thing they could do. Basically, you can call that consulting. I was basically consulting them on little things. What I discovered was most people, they wanted to get into business, but there were so many barriers that hold them back. So I'll talk to you about some of the myths that people have about getting into consulting. One of the biggest myths that people have about getting into consulting is what I call the credibility myth. Basically, what most of us think is we need to have a PhD written after Sharon Rooney for people to accept you or for people to buy into what you're offering. Far from it. I'll introduce you to 3 or 4 people. The first person I would introduce you to is Rachel Ray. Rachel Ray is a TV personality who basically introduced us to the concept of doing simple meals under 30 minutes. She's built herself to be a global brand just from that. But she didn't have any cookery experience. She didn't do any official training in cookery. Another person I would introduce you to that most of you are aware of is Bill Gates. Bill Gates didn't have any qualifications, so to speak, when he started Microsoft. He had a vision and he had a dream. Let the product that he had for us, Microsoft, literally changed how we communicate. And the late Steve Jobs, he was another person who we can say he literally didn't have qualifications, so to speak of. Mark Zuckerberg, the guy behind Facebook, he's another person you can say didn't have so-called qualifications. He was basically a high school dropout. We've got other people like Richard Branson, a British entrepreneur. He was literally a high school dropout. He left school at the age of 16 and he was dyslexic, so he had problems reading and writing. But right now he managed to build himself the Virgin Empire. The second thing that I'm going to talk about as well is putting low value on ourselves. And this is particularly true for women. Most women, we just don't think we are worthy what we are. The other day on Women's Hour on radio, I had a conversation. There was basically a job advert that was put out there. This job was paying 50,000. When they put it 50,000, no women applied for this job. Then they took the same job description, same job specification, same job person specification, and they put the job out at a lower salary of 30,000. And you guessed right, loads of women applied for this job. So why am I telling you this? I'm just telling you all this so that you know you don't have to value yourself low. There are people who are prepared to pay a premium for your services. And it doesn't have to be anything out of this world that you have to provide. How do I define consulting? For me, consulting is providing expert or professional advice. If you know anything that the other person doesn't know, then you have some of the qualifications that it takes for you to get into consulting. So how do you run a successful consulting yourself? You may be wondering. This is my take on it. This is my belief on consulting. If you can do this for your client, if you can do the things easily, more efficiently, and faster than they'd otherwise do it for themselves, then you have the qualifications of what it takes to get you into consulting. What I just want to talk to you about today is for you to know that you can do it. If you set your mind to doing anything, you can absolutely do it. There is no limit. If somebody who came here as literally a refugee, if I can do this, so can you. I'm offering you an opportunity to attend one of my courses for free. It's advanced training on how you can start your own profitable, successful consulting business. I'll walk you through the different methods and the different ways of how you can get customers without actually selling to them. It's pretty easy. When you learn the stuff, it's pretty easy. So what you need to do is you need to register for this course. And this course fills quickly, literally, because this is what most other people out there charge you thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars for. So what I'm offering is an opportunity to go on this training that is free of charge, of course.